It was a cold and snowy November morning. Me and my wife were in the hospital because she had just given birth to our beautiful son. My wife was in labor for a while, 24 hours, so we really had to be patient. I constantly had to tell her stories, bring her food, different things to do to keep her distracted from the pain. Finally, she gave birth, and we were switched to a different room in postpartum. We were put in a room right next to a big Italian family. They had probably their whole family present, as you can hear them through the closed door. As we lied there enjoying our newborn, we watched him fall asleep. As we started to talk, the topic switched to our personal ghost and paranormal experiences. As we talked, we heard a faucet turn on. We thought nothing of it, as our neighbors were probably using the bathroom. The water shut off, and we continued to exchange stories. Within the next minute or two, the faucet turned back on, but this time something felt weird about the room. Just didn't feel right. We both looked at each other. I got up and walked to our bathroom. I opened the door, and our faucet was turned on full blast. I quickly shut the door, screaming, "No fucking way." My wife screamed out, "What?" I told her that the faucet turned on all by itself. We were both freaked out because what's the chances that something like this would happen while we were talking about our ghost experiences? We both just kind of laughed about it, but honestly, I was really freaked out about it. I was working evening shift at work. I work in a long term facility, helping the elderly. I do jobs that include feeding residents, helping them to bed, changing their brief, it's a nicer way to say diaper, etc. Basically, helping with their daily activities. My shift was 3 to 11 p.m. It was a busy night that night, so I only finished my rounds. Rounds are where I go and check and change the diaper if needed. The way the building is made, it's like a T shape. When I finished my rounds, I was at the bottom of that T. I was walking up down the hall to throw all the dirty hampers and garbage down the chute when I noticed one of the residents, let's call her Mary for privacy. She was walking into her room without her walker. Her walker was just on the other side of the hall, just across from the door of her room. She's a high risk of falling, so it's always important to have her walking with her walker so she doesn't fall down. So I quickly jogged down the hall just to remind her to always walk with her walker because she has a little bit of dementia, so she tends to forget a lot. It took me only seconds to get to her room. I'd say probably anywhere from 7 to 8 seconds. Her door was closed, which I found weird because I didn't hear the door shut. I knocked and no one answered, so I opened the door, but there was no one in the room. I checked the bathroom, nobody there. Checked the closet, no one is there. I'm thinking to myself, this is impossible. She was right there. I saw her. She walked into her room. And she was wearing her pink sweater and light blue pants, so it was very hard not to notice her. I walked out of the room, yelled at my colleague, signing him to come towards me. When he got to me, I told him everything that I just saw. And that I swore I just saw Mary walk into her room and even pointed to her walker, which was just right outside her door. He looked at me strangely and said, "Dude, what are you talking about? Mary's in the dining room, having tea with her friend, like she does every single night." If Mary was in the dining room, who was it that walked into her room? And how did she get out so fast? Especially without me seeing her. I mean, the door I went into was the only way in or out. And on top of that, we're on the fourth floor, so it's not like she can just get out of the window and leave.